Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kristen, and welcome if this is your first time stopping by. If you are not subscribed, feel free to subscribe down below. I make beauty and Disney and lifestyle videos, so if you guys like any of those things, then you should definitely subscribe to my channel. But today's video is going to be a really exciting one because it's one of my favorite ones to watch because it's a really hot topic and it's all about highlighters. So I'm going to be doing my highlighter collection for you guys today. I probably won't go super in depth on any one specific highlighter. I will try to do swatches of ones that I think are needed to be swatched, or swatches of ones I think need to be swatched. But without further ado, I don't want to talk too much in this intro. Let's get right into the video. So how the video is going to go today is I'm going to start with my lower end or drugstore highlighters, and we are going to work our way to the higher end highlighters that I have. And I do have a very wide array of highlighters, and they're all very different and from a lot of different brands, so I promise you, you will not be bored. I may have forgotten a couple highlighters in this process, but if I did, oh well. I just want to get into this video and share with you guys as much as I possibly can. So we are going to start off with Colorpop. So I have 3 Colorpop highlighters that I actually bought in a set, and I got 3 different shades in this set for I think, I want to say like $15 or something. It was really inexpensive, and the colors are really, really stunning. So these are the 3 highlighters that I got in the collection. The shades are Stole the Show, Lunch Money, and Smokin' Whistles. Now, I had never tried any of their cheek products. I've only ever tried their eyes or lip products. So when I tried these out, I was very surprised at the pigmentation of them. So this one is Lunch Money, and it's a beautiful off-white gold shade with a pink reflect, and I love the texture of these. They're so buttery and smooth, and what I love about them is it gives a really glossy effect. So this is that kind of highlighter that people are really obsessed over right now because it doesn't look like bam in your face. It doesn't look like you can see that strip of highlighter on your cheeks, but it looks very natural when you're looking straight on, and then when you turn your face, it's like a bam in your face highlight, which is really, really nice. My favorite is this one, which is Stole the Show, which is the shimmery, most shimmery out of the 3 that I have. And it's this one right here in the middle. I am swatching these because this is a different texture, and I feel like a lot of people don't talk about these highlighters, so I wanted to give them a little bit of love. This is that pink one, which is called Smokin' Whistles, and I know on the camera it doesn't look that pink, but that's like the true color right there, is that pink shade. And on the face, it doesn't come off as pink. It definitely comes off more as a almost like really light pink shade, which is right there. So those are the 3 that I have from Colorpop. Really, really stunning shades, and I'm absolutely obsessed with those. I probably don't use those as much as I wish I did, but because I have so many highlighters to use, I really try to rotate through them as much as possible because I don't want to overuse one and then not use my other 2. So moving on, we are going to talk about Wet n Wild highlighters because these are a hot commodity out of the drugstore. I have 2, and I did mention these in my highlighter haul or Ulta haul, which is one of my more recent videos. I will link it below. The first one is Wet n Wild Rainbow Highlighter in the shade Everlasting Glow. Now, I haven't been able to wear this recently because it is really, really light shade, but it is beautiful. The formula is not the same as the really popular shades that they have, so I will share that with you. But this is a really, really nice reflective shade. It's really great for people with super pale skin and will probably be my favorite when I get into the winter months. As of right now, I really can't wear this without it looking like a stark white line on my face. So the one that everybody is obsessed over, I only have one of the shades, but it is the Mega Glow Highlighting Powder, which they have made a permanent item, and this is in the shade Precious Petals. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is my obsession. I wear this one the most out of any highlighter I own, high-end or drugstore, and it is just the most beautiful shade. It is a rose gold shade, and it is so soft. I wouldn't say it's buttery, but it's very soft, and it gives you a really strong highlight. I'm not wearing it today, but usually I wear it, I promise. And let me just show you. It is a really nice glossy highlighter. It's not going to show up on your face until you turn and hit that light, so it's one of those really sought after kind of highlights. and I just really like the shade. I really like the reflectiveness, and it really works well on my skin tone. I'm obsessed with this. This is a big recommendation from me, so if you get anything from this video, this is the one to get, and it's only $5 or $6. So moving on, I'm going to talk about the highlighters that I hauled in my Ulta haul, which I again will link down below if you want to see it. But these are the J Cat Beauty You Glow Girl Baked Highlighters. So I have 3 of them. This is White Goddess, Moonlight, and Crystal Sand. Now, I do use these a lot, but these are not my favorite because it's not that kind of glossy finish. It's very shimmery. But I think that they're really great for the money, and they will work on a lot of different skin tones. So I tend to be drawn to wearing them when I really want a shimmery highlight or almost even like a blush topper or something like that. They're just really, really pretty designs, and they're a really good price point. And this is my favorite. I used this wet, and it made it very metallic. So if you want to do a glossier looking highlight with these, then just wet your brush and then apply it on your face, and it'll make a very glossy, smooth highlighter, which will be incredible. So next I'm going to talk about something I hauled or did a video on, which is the Lottie London Cosmetics line. This is the Shimmer Squad palette, and this is a really, really good highlighting palette. This is a blinding highlight. So if you like subtle highlights, this is not for you. This is one of the best palettes I've ever used for highlighting. Every single one of these colors is wearable. Is wearable for at least my skin tone. I've even used this one most recently with my tanner skin because it is not as brown as it looks in the pan. It's more of a light brown gold kind of shade, and I just really, really like these. And I think that this is probably the best product that I purchased out of the Lottie London Cosmetics line, and I will continue to use this for a very long time. So I also mentioned this highlighter. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about it because obviously this is not one I can wear on a regular basis, but this is the Lottie London Mermaid Glow highlighter. And what I like about this, it is that same formulation, so you are going to still get that very blinding highlight, but this is the rainbow one, so I don't know how frequently you would wear this, but yeah, I really like this. I love the formula for all of those rainbow highlighters out there. This one's a really good one, especially from the drugstore. Very inexpensive, so if you ever wanted to try the rainbow trend, this is the one to try. I have one random one, and I don't really know what the price point is, but I'm going to put it in with this. This is the Baked Highlighter from Luna Cosmetics, which I got from a Ipsy bag, and this is in the shade Calypso. It is a purple iridescent highlight, and this did not excite me when I got it, but when I have swatched it and when I have used it, I used it in the winter a little bit, it is a lot more metallic than you would expect it to be, a lot more reflective. It really does give you a kind of glossy highlight. You just have to be a little bit more keen with the color because it does have that kind of gray purple shift to it, but it is very blinding and very beautiful. So if you are ever wanting to try a new brand, this might be a good one to try. The most hyped up drugstore highlighter at the moment, as most of you know, is the Maybelline Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter in the shade Molten Gold. I talked about this in my Ulta haul, and this is what I am wearing on my cheeks today. It has worn off a little bit, and I have mixed in with some other highlighters as well, but this is the most chromatic, metallic, blinding highlight I own, and this is so, so beautiful, so buttery, so creamy, so soft. You have to be very careful with it because it will break. But this, I know it's really hard to get right now, but when you get it, it'll be worth it. It's a really, really good highlighter. And for its price point, it should be up there with all of those other high-end highlighters. This is really that good. I really love this one. Okay, so I'm going to try to speed through a few because we are definitely taking a long time. I'm not going to talk about these too much because these are always talked about. I have Becca's Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone, one of my favorites. As you can see, I've made a pretty decent dent in there. And then I also have Becca's Rose Gold Highlight, which I haven't used as much because it's definitely one that's more of like a blush topper. It is a true pink rose gold color. It's not something that you can pull off every day, but it is very, very pretty. I also have one Tarte Cosmetics highlighter. This is the Tarte highlighter in the shade Stunner. So this one is a little bit darker, and I hadn't used it for a while because it was a little too dark for my skin. This is a very powdery highlight. Yes, it is blinding, but it is not my favorite formula. It is very powdery, very shimmery, but not glossy. So if you ever wanted to get that kind of glossy look, this isn't the one to go for, but it is very blinding and very, very smooth and pretty on the skin. It's just not my absolute favorite. So next, this is one of my favorites right now. It is the Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator in Diamond Dust from Laura Geller. So this one was a limited edition one, and it has, I don't think you're gonna be able to pick up on it, but it's a white with a pink iridescence, or a duochrome. This is such a beautiful formula, and I'm really happy I picked this up because it is one of the prettiest highlights I have ever used. It's such a glossy, beautiful highlight, and I am obsessed, like absolutely obsessed with this highlight. This one is one of my favorites, and at the end I'll try to recap my top 5 or top 4. Staying on the Laura Geller train, if you ever wanted to try their Baked Gelato Swirls, there is a set at Ulta, I don't know if they sell it anywhere else, with their 3 big ones. So they have Peach Glow, Gilded Honey, and Ballerina. And I really like having all 3 of these options because I wouldn't want a full size of any of these until I tried them. And now I'm so obsessed. They're so, so beautiful. This is only $32, so it's a really good deal for getting all 3 of those shades. So next I want to touch on 2 highlighters that are oldies but goodies. And these are the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Bricks. I have 2 of them. This is in the shade Rose Gold. And it looks like this. This is definitely more of a eyeshadow or darker skin kind of highlight. It's very, very pretty, but I think sometimes I can't really pull off a color like this, but it's a really, really beautiful compact. So I purchased that. That was one of my first highlighters I ever purchased, along with this one, which is the Shimmer Brick in, it was, I believe, a limited edition one in 24 karat. And this one is beautiful. And what I really like about the Shimmer Bricks is they're multi-purpose, so you can definitely use these as eyeshadows and as a highlighter, but they're so, so pretty. So now my most subtle highlight that I own is by Hourglass. This is in Luminous Light. And what I really stands out to me about this one is when Jaclyn Hill used to talk about this all the time. And she said this is a really good bridal one because it's not a blinding highlight, it's very subtle. What I like is it's a tan color. It's not like a white, it's not, you know, anything crazy. It's just a really nice glowing kind of color. The last one I want to share with you is a palette, and it is a cult favorite, which is the Anastasia Glow Kit. And this has been used so much. I've used every single shade in here. As you can see, you can already tell just by looking at that formula in the pan. Pretty soon you kind of pick up on like how you know which ones are the go-to highlighters and which ones are the okay ones, because the ones that have this beautiful kind of wet look after you use it a little bit, you know that that's a good one. I really like the shade Summer, which is beautiful, and I really like the shade Moonstone. Like, these are so glossy, I love them. This is bronzed. I could even probably, I've used bronzed on my eyelids before. And then Tourmaline, which is a beautiful kind of grayish tan shade, which these are, what I love about this is that there's really a shade for every skin tone in this palette. You can't go wrong with picking this up. You know that if you are a makeup artist, you can use this on a client. You can mix a couple shades and make them like a perfect customized highlighting shade that'll just make them feel very beautiful. So definitely a big hit for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna really quickly just give you my top 5 highlighters. This one is gonna count as one, so the Anastasia Glow Kit is a big one for me. The Laura Geller one in Diamond Dust, beautiful, beautiful highlighter. The Wet n Wild Mega Glow in Precious Petals is beautiful. Master Chrome in the Molten Gold shade, which is the only shade they have right now, for sure. And then of course I just have to give some love to my oldest and most favorite highlight, which is the Becca highlighter in Moonstone. So this one is so, so pretty. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions or comments about any of the highlighters that I shared with you in the video, please comment down below. I want to know what are your favorite highlighters, and if there's any highlighters that I didn't mention in this video that you think really need a shout out, so comment those down below as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you all very, very soon. Bye guys.